Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tommy Lynch, the millionaire from North Carolina. I'm a millionaire by choice. I'm a millionaire because I chose to be. Why do I say that? Because I have a product, I have a money system in place that allows me to decide to be a millionaire. But the name of this stream is just simply called Go Ahead and Be Rich. Okay. And when I say go ahead and be rich, let me explain what I mean. Just go ahead and be rich. Of course, a mind, a wealth starts in the mind. So that means that you got to get it up here first. So go ahead and read books like uh, the Motivation Manifesto, Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking Big, uh, Rich Dad Poor Dad, with Think and Grow Rich, The Richest Man in Babylon. Uh, those type of books. Those books are going to boost your mental capacity. Because I was told by another millionaire that your success is never going to surpass your mindset. So if you got a poverty mindset, don't expect to get rich. Of course, anybody can pay the lottery and hit the right numbers and make a lot of money, okay? But soon you will lose that money because you don't have a wealth mindset. Of course, you could start a network marketing business and find one or two people that is just they're more excited about the situation of the business than you are, and you hit what they call the networking lottery, and they allow you to be able to quit your job, buy homes, and have a lot of stuff, but it won't last because you don't have a wealth mindset. You still got a poverty mindset. If you're still robbing Peter to pay Paul, then you still got a poverty mindset. And don't get me wrong now, poverty is not the lack of the poverty is not the lack of stuff. Poverty is the lack of resources. Poverty is the lack of no production. And let me put it that way. Poverty means that you're not producing anything. Okay, let me give you some other examples. Go ahead and be rich because once you read those books and get those books in your mind, in your psyche, in your heart, in your belly, then your decisions that you make every day are just going to be different decisions. You're not going to go out and pay $400 for a pair of shoes when you could put it into a income producing asset. You know, the rich never ask the rich never ask how much something costs. They say how much is something worth. Okay, so go ahead and read those books. Go ahead and do self help courses. Go ahead and get videos, audios. Go ahead and grab those books and do some things online that even can help you with a poverty mindset. But go ahead and be rich. Go ahead and think rich. Go ahead and look at the house that you know you can afford. I mean, if you're living in a $300,000 home, go look at a $500,000 home. Go look at $1 million. Go look at $1 million home. Go look at a $2 million home. Now you know you can't buy it today, but go look. Go and get you a go and look at a Bentley. If you're driving a Cadillac or Escalade or you're driving a Jaguar, go look at a Lamborghini. You don't have to go out and buy it, but it's about having a wealthy mindset. Go ahead and see what it feels like to open the door up and sit down in there and feel that leather how it wraps around your body. You know, turn that key and see how it feels. Feel out what a Bentley sounds like when it's running. Close the door and turn the radio on and just be in a moment. Be in that moment right there. Just forget everything. If you got creditors calling you owe bills, you got student loans, maybe your wife is even mad at you. But go to the Bentley dealership, sit down in that car, and close them doors and crank that thing up and feel how the engine sounds. Turn the radio on and just be in the moment. Okay, go ahead and call NetJets. That's a place that rents or that leases jet planes, and I called them several times. You know, call them up and says, "Hey, my name is Tom Lynch." Because don't say your name is Tom Lynch, because that's me. But I called him and said, "Hey, this is Tom Lynch. I just want to get some questions about, ask some questions about what you guys offer and how it works. So I asked the guy a whole lot of, I wrote down some questions before I called, and then I formulated questions as he answered those questions. And so I asked him things that would pertain to, what it would cost to have a plane, not to buy a plane, but to lease one. What it would cost to from point A to point B, and how the flight hours work, and how long is a contract for it, or is there a contract? What's the cost? How can I pay for it? Can I just write you one check for it, or do I have to split it up? How do you finance it? And how long does it last? And how many of them can I get? What's the maximum plane? What's the biggest plane I can get? What's the smallest plane I can get? What's the number of people that I can fly in a plane, or do I have to stay with the one that I got? You see what I'm saying? Just go ahead and be rich. Go ahead and be rich. This is actually a follow-up to a live stream I saw done by a guy named Mr. Michael Delco from Atlanta, Georgia. He was saying, just go ahead and be rich. There's nothing wrong. It doesn't cost you anything to think rich. It doesn't cost you anything to go to the computer and pull up that Bentley dealership in your hometown. It doesn't cost you anything to pull up that NetJets company, or any company that rents out or leases jet planes. You might want to own your own jet. So look that up too. I'm just saying that you have to develop a wealth mindset to be able to be wealthy. Because if you cannot figure out how to develop a wealth mindset, then you can't be rich. Now, you may come into a bunch of money. Somebody might die and leave you some money. You might hit the networking lottery where you start a business, get in a business, and then find 2 or 3 people that just blow this thing up and set you up real high on the money thing. You might hit the lottery, or somebody in your family might hit the lottery and push you down $100 million. You might even find a great job that pays you a lot of money. However, if you don't have a wealth mindset, if you're in a job, you'll just be living paycheck to paycheck, because it doesn't matter how much money you make. You figure out how to you will upgrade your money thing. You have more money in the bank, and you go out and buy a bigger car, a bigger house, more clothes, more stuff, and you be in the same place. You be at $200,000-$300,000 a year, and you'll still be living like you're making 30. Okay, because you'll be spending everything that you have. Same thing goes for a networking business. You make a lot of money. Same thing goes if you hit the lottery or somebody dies and leave you a whole bunch of money. If you don't have a wealth mindset, you're gonna still be poor. Because if you're poor up here, everywhere below that is going to be poor. Because your mind, your life goes on what you think about. You might not be thinking about being poor, but if your mindset is a poor mindset, then you can never ever be rich. So go ahead and be rich. Go ahead and look at them big houses. Go ahead and look at those fine cars. Go ahead and go to the tailor where they make suits and see what suits cost, if that's your thing. If you're a female, then yeah, go buy Macy's and look at some of those red bottoms whatever you find. I don't even know where to find a pair of red bottoms. If you're a female, then go look at some nice rings. If you're a female, go look at some $900 purses, or $9,000 purses, or $20,000 purses. Now, I wouldn't suggest you buy one, but I'm just saying, go and look at those things to develop a wealthy mindset. Because what will happen is, when you put something in front of you, then your mind figures out a way to make that thing happen. If all you do is just drive your little Volkswagen, go back and forth to your apartment, go back and forth to your little job, all you do is wear your little $100 boots, or put on your $25, $30 tie, and you think you're doing something, hey, that's great. But that's all you'll ever accomplish. Back a couple of years back, 10 years ago, when I first moved to Charlotte, this will be real quick. When I first moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, first thing I did, I started looking at really, really big houses that I knew I couldn't afford yet. I did say yet. And I also looked at Mercedes-Benz. I knew I couldn't afford yet. I looked at trucks. I looked at cars. I looked at everything that I'm telling you to do. And here it is in 2000, about 5 years ago, I bought my first Mercedes-Benz. Now I'm on my second one, about to get my third one. And then even back in the 80s, I was looking at really big houses in Brentwood, Tennessee. And here I am now, I'm on my fourth house. And it's a big one too. And I'm gonna get a bigger one. There's bigger houses to buy. But I developed a wealth mindset. I began to look at things that wealthy people purchase: cars, homes, watches, suits, and those type of things. I began to inundate myself with things that I want to aspire to: homes, cars, and things like that. Yes, stuff. So now those things have begun to manifest in my life. Now I have a money system in place that allows me to do that. But because I have a wealth mindset, when the opportunity came up for me to find a money system to be able to acquire these things, to allow these things to manifest in my life, then I jumped right on it because I'd already been reading the books. I've already been reading Think and Grow Rich. I'd already been reading The Richest Man in Babylon. I'd already been reading The Magic of Thinking Big. I've already been reading Think and Grow Rich. I've already been reading the Motivation Manifesto. I've already been reading those books. So those things are already in my mind. So when I come across the things that I want to do, places I want to go, then it was a no-brainer. So at any rate, go ahead and be rich. Develop a rich mindset by doing those things that I just suggested to you. This is Tommy Lynch, the millionaire from North Carolina. I am a millionaire by choice. Talk to you guys later. Check me out on Facebook, Tommy Lynch. Tommy Lynch, the millionaire, the Carolina millionaire, the millionaire from Carolinas. Check me out on Facebook, Tommy Lynch, and go to my website at www.goldisrealmoney.info, www.goldisrealmoney.info. Have a good day. Thank you guys for joining. See you on the next stream. Bye-bye.